Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined by Dave Koken at Dave Koken on Twitter and Adam Trigger at Top Flight SI. Make sure you're giving both of those guys a follow. Tons of free information from them and all of the other guys over at WagerTalk.com. UTSA Road Runners, baby, +3 at Memphis, total 67. Dave, there was a few years ago where this team was so much fun to watch. I think it was, let's maybe say, the 2014 season, where they were just cashing tickets left and right as underdogs. And I kind of feel the same way about them here. Can I get you to take a bite on the dog after Memphis is off that really nice upset of Mississippi State?
Yeah, and somewhat really phony upset of Mississippi State. That Memphis fits the old get out gain by more than 200 yards and still win the game angle, which is not. It's basically, it is what it is. It's an indication that the last win was kind of a fluke. When you get outgained by that many yards and win the game, you got lucky. And they did get lucky last week. Mississippi State really should have put them away. One of the issues Mississippi State has, though, is they can have trouble protecting leads because they can't run the football, and they just refuse to do so with Leach's philosophy. And to me, that allowed Memphis to get back into the game, and they pull it out late. Now, Memphis is therefore coming off this thrilling end-game victory over an SEC team, and now they're playing host to someone from Conference USA. That's a prime letdown spot to me. And Texas San Antonio is not a team that you can afford to let down against. They're pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying they're a top 50 team or anything like that, but they're respectable. They're one of the better teams in Conference USA, and I would not be shocked if at the end of the year they could be on top of the Conference USA standings. They've got a heady quarterback in Harris. They're a well-coached football team. They do a lot of things well. Memphis, I think, has more talent than Texas San Antonio. They're out of a bigger conference. They get better athletes. But the fact is, they're not a great football team by any means. I don't think that this quarterback, Hennigan, is anything special. And again, they're in a bad spot in terms of situational scheduling dynamics. Now, I don't have any value on the number, and I'll kick myself here for not jumping on the Roadrunners early in the week when I could add more than I've got now. The line's down to 3. So the marketplace has reacted, and I think in correct fashion. I don't think I'll bet the game because I'm not getting any value, and it's really close on the numbers. But the only side I would consider here is UTSA plus the 3.
Yeah, Dave, I'm with you. I know that the math is about spot on. And as you mentioned, there's a reason why. Memphis has better athletes. They're in a better conference. But this UTSA team was able to get that outright win for me just a couple of weeks ago. I think they get it again here because it is a prime letdown spot for Memphis. Adam, are you buying the hype with the Memphis Tigers, or are you rolling with Dave and I on the dog?
Well, Kelly, I bought the hype with Memphis last week. I was on the Tigers +3.5 for a 4% play. And like Dave said, they got it done, but, it certainly wasn't in convincing fashion. They were outgained. They gave up 469 passing yards in that game. And the week before, they gave up 580 to Arkansas State. They're giving up 32 points a game. And, Texas, UTSA here has a balanced attack. Dave even said it, Frank Harris can play. They've got a running back that in Sincere McCormick that really balances out that attack. So I think Texas San Antonio is going to be able to move the ball here. Definite, letdown spot for Memphis. They just had a huge win over an SEC team. Both of these teams are 3-0, which I don't think many expected. But this feels like a letdown spot to Memphis for me after getting a huge result last week. Texas San Antonio, they had that nice upset at Illinois, and the last 2 weeks they've just wiped out their opponents, albeit lesser opponents. That Middle Tennessee State game that was a 27-13 final was 27-0 in the fourth quarter. I mean, I'm pretty sure anything they gave up was in garbage time. Their defense completely wiped out Middle Tennessee State. So. I agree with Dave. I don't know if I'm getting enough value to actually release this as a play. I definitely lead toward Texas San Antonio. They're a nice story. I think they're a really good team. I like their quarterback, and Memphis just gives up way too many yards for me to lay it with the Tigers here.
All right, great stuff. Dave and Adam, head over to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Check out all of our other shows. First Pitch with Dave, Bet on It with myself and Marco, and catch Adam just filling in all over the place as the new guy over at WagerTalk.com.